Hi, I'm Mark Dresner, and this is DDP TV, a special executive interview series featuring experts and leaders in the drug delivery and development space. DDP TV is brought to you by the Drug Delivery Partnerships Conference, the most authoritative voice in partnering for drug delivery-focused development and progress. Joining me today is Anand Subramony. He is the Principal Fellow and Head of the Novel Drug Delivery Technologies and Therapeutics Group at Novartis Institutes for Biomedical Research, Inc. Anand, thank you and welcome to the program.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for inviting me.
Let's start with a question about, a little bit briefly, about what you do, your role, your responsibilities.
Sure, absolutely. So I just want to let you know, Mark, that any comments that I expressed today are my personal views and not that of Novartis in terms of some of the discussions we'll have today.
Absolutely.
So my background is looking at novel delivery technologies to target medications to the right area of interest. My background is basically product development. I have been in similar roles in my past organizations also. So currently I lead a team of scientists, and we are looking at technologies to really advance the way we are treating medicine today. So it involves a lot of external collaboration and also partnerships to get that done. But these are on programs that we have interest to find a solution by looking at technology-based drug delivery methods.
Okay. Anand, let's talk about technology, since that is an area of expertise for you. What trends, what areas, what developments are you watching today that would be of interest to those in the drug delivery technology and development field?
Sure. Yeah. Again, like I said before, this is one of the personal observations that I've made, and may or may not reflect what Novartis thinks. But clearly, if you look at the changing paradigm of the whole pharma industries where we are leading today, there are a number of new opportunities. Many companies have shifted their pipeline from looking at small molecules to larger molecules like biologics. So delivering biologics is going to be an emerging area for many companies to watch for, how you can come up with patient-centric methods to deliver high-volume biologics, and how we can possibly shift the therapy from a hospital setting to a home setting, and also to be able to self-administer doses. That's clearly one of the areas which is going to emerge in the next coming years. And there is also opportunities like orally delivering peptides, which has been sort of a holy grail for a long time. And so clearly personalized medicine and how we can identify the right patient population for the molecules is going to be a key exciting area for all of us to look. And it's going to be a very different world in the next few years.
Biologics, personalized medicine. Where do you think the industry in general is making progress on those fronts, or others similar along the same lines, technological drug delivery fronts? And where do we need to improve? How can we improve?
Sure. So I think the traditional pharma in today's world, what we have come a long way in terms of developing oral pills and medications, controlled release oral tablets. We have cut down twice a day and thrice a day medications to once a day. So there is a lot of improvements that have made in those aspects already. And clearly there are transdermal patches which is still accepted worldwide as a standard of therapy. But when it comes to making some of the patient-enabled aspect, or like moving the therapy from why someone has to be in a hospital setting to get an IV infusion versus to be able to move that therapy to a home setting. Those are some of the areas that we really have to make still progress. So although orally, in controlled release and modified release technologies, we have made sufficient amount of progress. But like treating the brain and treating the tumor areas in terms of targeting the drug to a specific location, those are areas where going to be exciting to watch for.
Okay. And so you've touched kind of on unmet needs. What about holy grails? What do you really, if you could, pursuing right now ideally?
Sure, yeah. So I think in terms of unmet medical needs, still there is a lot of rooms for improvement in terms of delivering medications to the back of the eye. There are people with macular degeneration and diabetic retinopathy. It's very difficult to be able to deliver drugs to the retina. And currently, many of the therapies and standard of care are highly invasive. So those are some of the unmet medical needs where one can deliver molecules without semi-invasive or in a setting where you don't really require advanced surgical procedures to be able to deliver to the back of the eye. That's clearly one area. And as I mentioned before, shifting the therapy from a hospital setting to home and orally delivering peptide molecules. These are some of the holy grails that we still have.
Okay. Would it be, I'm just going to switch gears on you. Would it be fair to say that in terms of technological faculties, that no one provider can give you deliver what you really need to make the progress that you're aiming for, to achieve the goals that you're aiming for? If that's the case, you do a lot of partnering with vendors, obviously. What thoughts do you have on that space?
Sure.
What can you tell us about partnerships?
Absolutely. First of all, I would like to call them as collaborators instead of calling vendors. We really value partnerships. You absolutely nailed it, Mark. No single company will have the bandwidth of all these technologies if you are trying to completely change the way we are administering medicines. So we are looking at different collaborations. There are many delivery technology companies, such as the one you see in this event, for instance. So we are really looking to put in place partnership where we try to bring something which is already developed and tested on model compounds and bring it in-house and deal with real molecules, so that it's more of a collaborative approach. And also, we don't have to reinvent the wheel in developing the same technology in-house. So I think in today's world, a partnership is the key towards making meaningful data towards going for a broader collaboration agreement, if you will. So I clearly, if you have a diverse pipeline with different disease areas of interest, you're definitely bound to reach out to some of these emerging technologies, which are clearly going to be the future of the new pharma in terms of more personalized and also addressing the unmet medical needs and also giving the right medication to the right patient, so that it's not going to be one size that fits all. So clearly partnerships are the key.
Okay. Words for our audience to think about. And on that note, thank you for a terrific perspective and some great insight into what you're looking at, what you're looking at and how you're thinking about it. On that note, we're going to conclude this episode of DDP TV. I'd like to thank Anand Subramony for joining us from Novartis Institutes for Biomedical Research.
Thanks, Mark. Really appreciate it.
It was a pleasure having you. For more information about drug delivery partnerships, which is the conference that produces this show, please visit us on iirusa.com/DDP. Until next time, I'm Mark Dresner, and we'll see you. Thanks for joining us.